All right, so you're gonna want to have 2 blocks or 2 block-like substances. Ideally, so we're gonna do some shoulder opening, but we're gonna do it at the wall. Obviously, I don't have a wall here, so you don't need a wall, but it's really helpful for these particular shoulder openers if you have a wall. Let me get this timer started so I know what time it is. And yeah, so we're gonna, I haven't done yoga in weeks. We'll see where this goes. So let's actually start standing today. I'm already standing. Let's do it. So start standing, close your eyes. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Bring your awareness down out of your head into your shoulders, and then into your chest and upper back. Down into your rib cage, the bottom of your ribs all the way around. Belly, low back. Into your pelvis. Under the tops of the legs, hips. Down into your thighs. Into your knees. Calves and shins. Ankles. Feet. And then taking that awareness down through the feet, through the floor, through all the layers of building, down into the earth. We start moving through all the layers of earth. All the way down till we hit the very center of the earth. Let's plug into the center of the earth. And then start to pull earth energy up through those cords, through all the layers of the earth, and back up into our feet. Bring earth energy up through your feet, through your ankles, through your calves and shins, through your knees, your thighs, your hips, into your pelvis. We want to bring that energy right up into our hara. So we plug the hara of the earth, the center power source of the earth, into the center power source of ourselves. We're going to mix that energy up with our energy and then spread it through our whole body, a mixture of earth energy and our energy. Letting it spill out of our physical body and into our energetic bodies. Just sitting in that nice organic earth energy, us energy. And let's start with a little bit of a balance practice today. So shift your weight over into your left foot. Bring that right foot alongside the left foot, but just up on your tiptoes of the right foot. Keep your eyes closed. That's going to super challenge the balance. If at any point you need to, you're welcome to open the eyes, but work on eyes closed today. Once you kind of feel the stability come into the leg, you want to lift those last right toes just off of that. So they're just hovering. You'll notice that you'll start to shake and sway. You might need to put the toe down every once in a while. Make sure you're breathing through this process though. And see if when that right foot is up off the ground, you can do little ankle rolls with it. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Switch directions with that ankle roll. And you're going to put the right foot down. Stand for a second on both feet. Before you shift your weight over into the right foot, bringing the left toes right alongside the right foot. Steadying yourself here. Once you feel kind of sort of steady, play with lifting those toes up. You might have to plunk them down a couple times. Start to bring an ankle roll in. Switch sides, roll around the other way. Good, release that foot down, standing on both feet for a second. And if you're not already facing the top of your mat, you can move yourself there. We're gonna do one round of sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, head drops down. Step your feet back into plank. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. So chaturanga, up dog to down dog, or just roll into down dog. And I want you to feel into what's going on in your shoulders right now. We're gonna open up the shoulders in a second. And you're gonna come down onto your knees and grab your blocks. Now, if you do have a wall or something to press these blocks into, you can go ahead and line up the ends of the blocks with a wall. You want the blocks to be about shoulder width apart. And we're gonna have the heel of the hands right on the edges of the blocks. Walk yourself back a little bit. Your hips are gonna stay on top of your knees. And you wanna be pushing into your blocks. So oftentimes just the stickiness of the mat is enough, but it's nice to have the extra support of the wall. As you push into the blocks, you're gonna drop your head and your chest down towards the mat. And we're really pushing those blocks into the wall or into the empty space. So we're keeping the muscles active here. You're going to engage your belly, round through the low back to roll yourself up. And you're going to bring the hands on top of the blocks and make a fist and thumbs up. So this is encouraging external rotation. Same thing. We're going to push down into the blocks this time and drop the chest and head down. Again, you engage your core, round your low back to bring yourself up. Walk yourself in a bit. You're going to take the elbows onto the blocks, palms together, and then once again, drop the head and the heart down. Pull your shoulder blades down your back. And then rounding the low back, again to round yourself up. This time you're just going to take your palms and place them on the top of your shoulders and drop the head and heart down again. Oh. And then rounding through the low back, reach the fingers up and press out. Ooh. Put those blocks off to the side. We're going to move right into down dog so that we can feel that immediate gratification of the shifts we've just done in our shoulders. And then you're going to grab your blocks and walk backwards and show forward fold. A couple rounds of funky forward folds here. So you're going to bring the blocks up on end. You don't necessarily need two for this. You can always just use one, but it can be nice to have two. What's going to happen is we're going to inhale into a flat back so the blocks come right under your shoulders. And you want to play with your weight here. So oftentimes we come into forward folds, we drop our weight back into our heels. I want you to get that weight all the way forward so it's right at the front of your foot. It feels almost like you're about to fall over, but you got those blocks there. Bring the blocks right under your shoulders here. So our inhale will be up here. And as we exhale, we're just going to drop the hands off of the blocks and drop the head down. Completely releasing the upper back, neck, shoulders, and head. We inhale, come back into that kind of square position. I want you to think about really pushing your upper thigh bones back and reaching the crown of your head forward. And then you exhale, drop the head, heart down. Inhale up, expand, lengthen. Exhale, melt down. Inhale, expand and lengthen. Exhale, melting down. Inhale, expand and lengthen. And exhale, bow down. You're going to take your block and put it in under the left foot. Left foot comes onto the block. Toes are in line, heels are in line. Feet are hip width apart. You can have that secondary block if you'd like it, if you need it. We're going to start to lengthen out the left leg, allowing the left hip and low back to pop up. Think about sending the left rib cage down towards the mat a little bit more. Let the head and shoulders and neck completely relax. Just notice if you're holding any tension. Kind of let that go. And the left hand is going to come right in under your face,
Right hand can either come onto your sacrum or reach up towards the sky. And we're going to twist the chest to the right. It's going to be incredibly challenging. And then come on back center. Bend the left knee. Take that foot off the block. Swap the block to the other foot. Bring the right foot up onto the block. Line up your toes and your heels. Feet are hip width apart. Upper body is just chilling. Start to lengthen out the right leg. Woo. Upper body relaxes. Keep checking in where you hold tension. Woo. Then that right hand is going to come under your face, left hand either onto the sacrum or up towards the sky. We're going to push into the right hand, spiraling the chest open to the left. Unwinding. Release the right foot from the block. Going to bring the knees down onto your mat. Take the knees wide, toes together. So widening child's pose. And then you can place the blocks either on the lowest end or up on the middle end for another chest opener. Dropping the heart down here in child's pose. And then coming up, you are going to hang on to one block up here on the right side of your mat. And we are going to come into plank. And then you're going to step your right foot up onto that block. And drop the left knee down. So starting off in a lazy lunge here. With that foot elevated, it's going to feel a little funky. Just let the hips sink forward, very yin, very chill. And if you've got the second block, you can use the second block or you don't need it. You can just come up onto the knee. But we're gonna actively try to hug the hips in under. So really tucking through the tailbone, low back, and then driving the tail forwards and thinking about lifting the pubic bone and the top of the pelvis up and almost backwards. Whew. Releasing that hand down, tuck your left toes, lift the knee up, sink the hips down. And you can actually bring the hands down onto the floor here. So the left thigh is really pushing up, and then you're trying to pull the upper body down. The strong left leg, upper body is sinking and melting towards the floor. Come on up. Step the right foot back. If you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, slide straight into down dog. Shoulders should be feeling much different now. Pelvis starting to feel different. Now roll yourself forward into plank. Take that block over to the left side. Left foot comes up onto the block. Drop the right leg down. We hang out for a couple breaths here. Lazy lunge. You're going to come up, either up onto your knee or grabbing another block. Back your hips up a little bit so you can really round through the low back, hug the hips under, send the hips forward. So the bottom of the pelvis is coming forward. The top of the pelvis is actually pulling back a little bit. So it feels as if that right thigh bone is really driving the pose forward. Upper body resisting that motion. Bring the hands back down. Tuck the right toes, lift that right knee up. We're really pushing the right thigh towards the sky and then trying to lower the low body or the upper body down as much as you can. But keep pushing that right thigh up. Coming up onto your hands. Step that foot back. If you want to take a vinyasa, go ahead. Otherwise, slide yourself up and back into down dog. Bring yourself forward into plank pose. Gonna bend that right knee, spiral your left heel down, take your right leg straight out to the side, so 90-degree angle, and drop the hips down. So you're down on your right butt cheek, left leg is reaching back, flex the foot, right foot is reaching out to the side, flex the foot. Then we take the upper body and rotate it around. So legs are super strong. Think about pushing them into imaginary walls. Twist through the upper body, right through that mid back. Look to get as much of a twist through the mid back as possible. And then breathe deeply into your spine. You're kind of putting a little bit of a contraction into the whole torso every time you inhale. And you can stay up here, or you can come a little deeper down onto the elbows. We still want to think about twisting through that mid back. Coming up, you're going to grab one of your blocks. You're going to pull this knee across. We're coming towards a pigeon, but we are going to switch it up a little bit. So as we come into pigeon, the block is actually going to come under the knee, the front knee, running along the thigh bone, okay? Which means I'm going to be able to get a really nice square shin to end of my mat. My hips are floating in space. And then I can use that back leg to actually tuck the toes, lift the thigh up, and internally rotate that left hip down even more, okay? And drop the knee down, relax the foot. Hanging out here. Because the knee is supported, you can use it kind of as a support for your upper body. Keep thinking of sliding that left hip forward and down. And then to come out of this, you plant the hands down, tuck the back foot, lift the hips up, step the foot back, take a vinyasa if you like, or just come into down dog. Moving forward into plank, we bend the left knee, spiral the right heel down, send the left leg straight out to the side, drop the hips down. So my legs are in 90-degree angle here. Both legs are pressing through the heels, so feet flexed, strong legs. And then I'm gonna just rotate my chest around, twisting through that rib cage, mid-back area, and really big breaths here. If you want, you can come on down to your forearms. Picking yourself up, you're gonna bend the knee, pull it across, get that block ready. Lift yourself up onto the block for pigeon. And again, you want that right at the knee, and it's running along the thigh bone. That way you'll be able to get the left foot forward, so we get a nice parallel line here to the front of the mat. Take the right toes, tuck them. Internally rotate that leg so you're really dropping your right hip down. And then drop the knee, release the foot. And let the hips just kind of hang out in space. This has become my favorite version of this pose lately. I don't know what it is about it. It's like the knee feels super safe. I feel like I can get so much deeper into the pelvis. Bringing the hands down onto the mat, tuck your back toes, lift your hips up, step that foot back. Take a vinyasa if you'd like, or just move into downward facing dog. Bring your knees down and let's roll over onto our backs. All right, we're gonna grab a block. We're gonna start off with bridge. So in bridge, you can use low, medium, or high for your block. And then we're gonna take a secondary bridge in butterfly, which we're gonna use at the low level, okay? So first one is low, medium, high, whatever works for you. Second one, we'll move it to low. So you'll roll onto your back, feet nice and close to your pelvis. Lift your hips up, scooch that block right in at the sacrum, so you're still on the bones of the pelvis. Flatten the feet down. Make sure that your knees are hip width apart, your feet are hip width apart, and your toes are pointing forward. Relax the arms down next to you. Soften all of the abdominal muscles. So feel like even your internal organs relax here. Push into your feet, lift your hips up, take the block onto its low side, set the hips down on top of it, and walk the feet together and drop the knees open out to the side. And again, you want to relax all of the belly muscles, internal organs. Bring the knees together, feet back to hip width. Lift the hips, set them down, pull that block out. We're going to take the block onto its medium height, put it right in the middle of the back. So if you find your ribs in the front, the ribs that come all the way around the breastbone, we want to make sure we stay on those. So walk around, okay, and that's about where the block goes. Step that back and drop over top of it. Now, if this is a little too much on the neck, grab a pillow or another block to put under the head. Tuck your chin to your chest, bring your elbows in, roll yourself up. You're going to shift position of the block. Now it's going to rotate so it goes along the spine and it's going to go right between your shoulder blades, the lower back. And again, if you need support under the head, grab a pillow or another block. This one in particular, I like to take my arms out into cactus arms for an extra stretch through pec major, pec minor. Again, you're going to tuck your chin, bring those elbows in, and walk yourself up. All right, this last part is going to be a little crazy. So it's a hamstring strengthener, a core strengthener, and a brain fuck, essentially, okay? So I will show you what it is. We're going to be spiraling and going from our butt to our hands. It's going to be like a half Navasana into wild thing, which is down dog with the leg lifted, and well, not even wild thing, scorpion with the leg up. So what it'll look like is you're going to have the block under one knee, and you're going to be up in Navasana like this, right? Then you're going to drop that foot down and twist your hands around to spiral yourself up and into scorpion. Bum, ba-da-da. And then we're going to come back. Go into Navasana. From Navasana, we'll swap the block to the other leg just to make it extra hard on our brain because we did it once in one direction and now, damn it, we got to do it in the other. And then you'll bring that foot down, twist to the opposite side, spiral up and around into scorpion, and then come back. Navasana, swaps these sides again, okay? So let's all get on the same page here. Block is going to go under the right knee. We're squeezing that in, right? We're lifting our chest up, nice long low back. So forward folds and Navasana, which is a forward fold, initiate down in the low back in the sacrum. So it's, you always want to think of your forward folds as starting from those very first few vertebrae in the pelvis. So I'm lifting through the low back. That automatically lifts my upper back. My left leg lengthens up. Okay? From here, left leg is going to drop down into the middle of my mat. I'm going to twist to the right, hands down, spiral to the right. Right leg comes up and over. Butt cramps. Then I'm going to pull the right knee in and over to the left. Coming back. Navasana. Boom. I'm going to hold Navasana as I swap the block to the left knee. Right leg up. Low back. Right leg comes down, I twist to the left. Spiral myself around, up into scorpion. Left knee comes down, I spiral through, get my booty on the ground, back up to Navasana. Swapsies. Right leg, left leg up, lift everything up. Left leg down, right hands, or spin to the right, hands down. Right leg up and over. Pull it in, spiral, back down, Navasana, swapsies. Oh, we're halfway there. Right foot down, twist to the left, spiral, scorpion. Come back through, bring it down, lift it up. One more round, swapsies. Good, left foot down, twist to the right, spiral, scorpion, unspiral, Navasana, swapsies, right foot down, twist to the left, scorpion, unscorpion, foot down, Navasana. Release the block, Navasana. Woo. And die. Isn't that fun? Woo. Lengthen the legs out. A much deserved Shavasana here. Dropping the arms out. Relax the legs. Catch your breath. Notice where you're holding unnecessary tension. Soften that. Ooh. Begin to deepen your breath. Feeling the breath flooding all the way into your fingertips and toe tips. Bring a little movement into the hands and feet. You're going to bend one knee and then the other. But actually bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers behind the head. You're going to pick your hips up and just move them to the right, sending your left leg down the mat, and then taking the right leg up and over and across into a twist. Unwinding, feet to the floor. Pick the hips up through center, swing them over to the left. Send the right leg down. Left knee comes across and over. Twist. Unwinding, pick the hips up, send them back center, pull the knees up into your chest, release your arms and give the legs a hug. Grab the backs of the knees, rock yourself up to seated. Closing your eyes, coming to your breath, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Bring your palms to your heart center. Just take a second to think of something that you're grateful for. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Namaste.